Hey everybody, it's Sophie, Katherine, and our mother from Georgetown Cupcake. We're so excited. It's the beginning of December, which means lots of holiday baking.
We're going to kick off the holidays by sharing our recipe for our chocolate peppermint cake with chocolate peppermint ganache frosting.
So good.
It's the same recipe that we use for our chocolate peppermint cupcakes at Georgetown Cupcake, except we're going to make it into a cake form and decorate it with some cool holiday Christmas trees.
It's really great for an after dinner dessert to serve to everyone, and it really is incredible. Okay, so should we get started?
Let's get started.
Okay. For the recipe, you're going to need the following ingredients: 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of salt, 16 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 2.5 cups of sugar, 4 large eggs, 2 cups of whole milk, 2.5 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, 1 cup of Valrhona cocoa powder, and 1 teaspoon of pure peppermint extract. We're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Okay. So now I have my mixer, and we broke out our green sparkly mixer for Christmas time.
It's the holidays.
Oh yeah, we like to match the mixer to the holiday, right? Okay, so I have my dry ingredients here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine all my dry ingredients into my flour. So I have my baking soda, which I'm going to add to my flour mixture, and I have my salt, which I'm going to add to my flour mixture too. Okay, and I'll set that aside. So I'm going to add the butter and the sugar. So we're going to cream those together.
We like to cube our butter before we add it to the mixer so it's easier to blend. We also want to make sure it's at room temperature. And that really basically means if you stick your thumb into the butter, you'll see the imprint. You don't want it too soft and you don't want it to be too cold. You want it kind of just right. So our kind of test is stick your thumb in. Obviously you're going for gloves, but in the bakery wear gloves. And you see a little imprint in it, then you know it's ready.
The thumb test.
The thumb test.
Okay, great. So I'm going to whip that up. Okay, so I've creamed together the butter and the sugar. Now I'm going to add the eggs. 4 eggs, one at a time. Go slow. It looks good. I stopped and I scraped down. Now I'm going to add my vanilla to my milk mixture. So I'm just going to pour that in. And I'm going to do 1/3 of my dry, and I'm just going to add 1/3 of the milk mixture.
Sometimes people also ask us, well, can I substitute gluten-free flour for all-purpose flour? Yes, you can. You can substitute, make this cake gluten-free, cup for cup. So just find a gluten-free blend at the supermarket. When we started Georgetown Cupcake, you could barely find gluten-free flour anywhere, and now you can find it in pretty much every supermarket baking aisle. And all the options are great. People ask, what's your favorite blend? Honestly, they're all really great now because they're a blend of different types of flour, so you don't get a really heavy tapioca or potato flavor. So they're nice blends. And you can substitute 1 cup for 1 cup, so it's super easy conversions in your recipes. We the last one?
Yep.
Yeah, here we go. Pour it in that milk. We like to use whole milk, but if you want to use skim milk, that's fine. It won't taste as rich, but it'll still taste good.
Okay, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to scrape down.
Away or no? Do you want to? Thank you. This is great for having your mom help in the kitchen.
Stop the mixer. I'm going to add my cocoa powder. So at Georgetown Cupcake, we love using a cocoa powder called Valrhona, and we've tried many different brands of cocoa powder, but honestly, this is probably the best one. So if you can splurge on a really great cocoa powder, we recommend Valrhona cocoa. So I'm going to slowly add this cocoa powder, which has been sifted, into the mixture. I'm going to mix on low.
Low.
And the last step, so you want to mix it just to combine. The last step is adding the peppermint extract to this. And it smells absolutely divine combined with the chocolate. It's just a great combination. Mint and chocolate were meant to go together.
Yeah. Perfect. That looks good.
Okay, so I'm going to add the peppermint. There we go. Oh yeah, that.
Oh my God, I elbowed her right in the face.
Oh, no. And that's a sharp elbow.
I know. I'm really sorry.
I'm gonna have a bruise here now.
It's like a danger weapon. It's just weapon. Look at this.
I'm sorry. Okay, we're back. This looks absolutely incredible. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Oh my God. Now this is, I always say never.
Keep your elbows away from me.
I always say I never lick the batter, but this is really, this is tempting. She's never gonna forgive me for that.
Seriously, my eye still hurts, you guys.
Look at this beautiful chocolate batter. It smells amazing too. Okay, so
we've got our cake pans, and we basically traced around some parchment paper. We put the pan on top of the paper, traced around it. Stick that in. You could also just grease the pan with some cooking spray, which we also have.
Or butter.
Spray in. They're good. It's good. Okay, ready?
Spray that in again.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we're ready to scoop our batter in.
Okay, great. So I'm gonna put half of this.
Whoa, looks so good.
Yeah,
Oh my
doesn't
god.
Make sure that they have the same volume. So I have a little tiny offset spatula, and what I like to do is kind of just take the cake pan and just smooth out the batter all around so it touches all the edges. Just get it nice and smooth on top. So just go around in a circle, smooth it out like that.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Okay. It looks great.
We're going to bake these in the oven at 350 for about 35 to 40 minutes. We want to start checking around 35 with the toothpick to see if it comes out clean. Depending on how hot your oven is, if it's slightly hotter or lower than 350, you may have to take them out a little bit sooner or a little later. But start checking around 35 and do that toothpick test. Once it comes out clean, you know they're ready to come out. Let them cool, come to room temperature. So while our cakes are baking in the oven, we're going to make our chocolate ganache frosting and also our peppermint buttercream.
Okay, so now we're going to be making our chocolate ganache frosting. For the chocolate ganache frosting, you're going to need the following ingredients: 4 cups of chocolate chips, 2 cups heavy whipping cream, and 1 teaspoon of pure peppermint extract. So we have a pot over low heat with some water in it, and I've got a glass bowl that I'm putting on top. We're going to add our chocolate chips to our heavy cream. So we do a 2-to-1 ratio. So if you have 2 cups, you have 1 cup of cream. If you have 4 cups, you're going to have 2 cups of heavy cream. Okay, so this is the fun part. I like doing this kind of stuff, but you always have to make sure. Sorry,
I'm like scarred now.
She's gonna have to wear like goggles. So just make sure you always have somebody watching over it. If you're, a young kid, make sure your parents are with you because you are working over a stove. But you always constantly want to be mixing and stirring the heavy cream with the chocolate chips together.
And low heat. This way you're not going to burn the chocolate and you're not going to separate the chocolate. You want to always melt your chocolate down at like a low temperature, nice and slowly, until it's a beautiful glossy mixture. It's going to look worse before it gets better. So sometimes when you're doing it, you're like, am I doing it right? It looks kind of like
bumpy
and lumpy. But just be patient.
Keep stirring.
Keep stirring. And all of a sudden you'll see it turns into this gorgeous, glossy, beautiful chocolate ganache. Well, I stir this. Do you want to start the peppermint buttercream frosting?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
For the frosting, you'll need the following ingredients: 16 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 4 cups of confectioner's sugar, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of whole milk, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of pure peppermint extract. Okay, so I've got my unsalted butter. I'm adding that. And then I'm going to add my 4 cups. I'm going to add my confectioner's sugar to this.
Slowly.
You know what's really great about this recipe too? That there's a lot of different stages in it, so people can take on different roles. Like Sophie's doing the ganache, I'm doing the frosting, Grammy's standing there doing nothing, enjoying her.
She's just waiting to taste this.
Tea. I am too, actually.
I'm trying to keep my elbows to myself.
Elbows in.
Still
Okay,
stirring.
this looks great. I beat you. Baking shouldn't be a race, though. It should be very relaxing and therapeutic. I find it very relaxing to bake. I think a lot of you bakers out there too, find it very relaxing to come home and just start baking.
Well, the fun thing also with the holidays is you can bake together with your family and make it a family activity.
Yes.
We used to do that when we were little, and now we do it. Although Isa is not here. She's at a birthday party, so she wasn't able to join us today.
So I'm going to add the milk. A little bit of milk. That'll soften it up a little bit more. She's trying to get into that banana. You can always add a little bit more peppermint extract if you feel like you want more of that peppermint taste to your frosting. I'm going to try a little bit. No, that's pepperminty. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to load this up into a bag. You are almost done. That looks fabulous.
Yeah.
See it?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
It's a steam facial. Steam facial. It looks beautiful.
Nice, beautiful, and shiny. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of pure peppermint extract to the ganache. And again, if you want your ganache to be a little more pepperminty, you can add a little more. If you want a little less pepperminty, you can add a little less, or don't have to add any at all. You can just make it chocolate ganache. Still tastes good.
I know, and it's amazing. Ganache is amazing because it's so multifunctional. I mean, you can use it on your cake. You can. We're gonna chill ours to make it more of a stiff chocolate ganache frosting. But also you can just spoon it over ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, think about putting it over ice cream and then crushing candy cane on top.
Yes. Okay, this is perfect. This is ready to go. So what we're going to do is take it off of the heat. Then we're going to put a little plastic wrap over it. and we're gonna put it in the fridge for about an hour until it reaches the consistency of a peanut butter. So we can spread it on our cake, and then we're ready to decorate.
Okay.
Okay, we are back, and our cakes are out of the oven, and they look fantastic. They have cooled.
I'm just gonna use my little spatula here to make sure that they all come out clean. So you want to run it around the side.
Okay.
Easy, pops right out.
Pick up. Oh, they look fantastic.
One.
And then the second one.
Here's the second one. Now, if your cakes do come out a little bit rounded on the top, it's not a big deal. You can just take a bread knife and kind of trim the top off to make it nice and flat. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a haircut. Trim right there.
Should we eat the top?
Yes, definitely. Always.
You want half?
Yum. I got a plate for it.
Okay.
I got some here. It's really good. Tastes like a giant Georgetown cupcake.
Yeah.
Okay. So butter ganache has come out of the fridge.
You see the consistency? It's kind of like peanut butter. Nice and thick. A little bit like Nutella. Very spreadable. Okay.
So I'm going to put a nice dollop in the center here. Oh my God, that looks so
It
beautiful.
looks so delicious. I mean, it smells good. I smell the peppermint.
Okay, so we've got our first layer of our chocolate ganache, and now we're gonna add a bunch of crushed candy cane. An easy way to make crushed candy cane at home. You just get a Ziploc bag, fill it with candy canes.
Okay.
Grab a mallet. So if you don't have a mallet, you can use, a cup, a bottle, just to smash with. And you can take out all of your holiday aggression.
Yeah. This is so fun.
This is fun. The kids will love doing this part. You got a big bag of crushed candy cane.
Crushed candy cane.
Okay, so I'm going to take this crushed candy cane.
Okay.
I'm going to sprinkle it on top. This gives you a nice little bite in between.
A nice little crunch.
Nice
It
little-
adds a nice little texture. It's always nice to have textures in your cake. Oh, this looks so good.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
So now we have our second layer. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it on top.
Are we going to shave off the top?
Yep, I'm going to shave up the top. Death by chocolate.
This looks so good. Now we're ready to decorate our cake. We're going to show you how to make some really cute vanilla peppermint buttercream Christmas trees to put on top. We're going to use some Oreo ice cream cones, and we're going to take our frosting that we made. Catherine's loaded into a plastic piping bag with a tiny little star tip, an open star tip. And we're just going to go along the ice cream cone and do pipe little bit starbursts along the length of our tree.
Looks like a little snowy Christmas tree.
Just like that. You can see like that. We also can make some shorter trees. Catherine, do you want to cut cone in
Yes.
half for me?
Yes, so you can just take your little cone and use your bread knife.
Just be sure you get an adult to do this. if
Right,
you're
ask
baking
a
at
grown
home.
up, and you're just gonna slowly kind of just carve out. It's gonna crack a little bit, but don't worry, you can kind of just trim that off too, so you get it nice and even. We got a little pint-sized one here.
Almost done. If you have patience to do your tree. I love piping.
They're gorgeous.
And I'm gonna do one more side, and then we're gonna decorate the rest of it while it's on the tree. Do you want to put peppermint around the edges?
Absolutely.
Very holiday.
This makes a great kind of dessert for Christmas Eve. I know in our family we
Yeah.
do a big dinner on Christmas Eve,
Okay, put one here,
and we have tons of different desserts that we make.
just like
It's
that.
really pretty.
We have the red candy balls.
Right there.
Oh, we're gonna put some red candy balls on the tree. Couple of red balls. Let's put this one on here too. Let's put some peppermint around the trees, just as a little garnish. So good and so holiday. It's the
Peppermint
perfect-
snow.
It's a perfect holiday cake.
It smells divine.
Smells so good. Okay, so our cake is decorated. We put a little peppermint in the front. Graham, you want to grab some plates? It's time to taste this thing.
Can't wait.
This
Yes,
is the
the
best
special
part.
Okay, I've got the plates.
Cut into this. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I can smell the chocolate peppermint goodness.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
Delicious. Another perfect slice. Okay, and one more. I can't wait to try this. Give me a bigger slice, Catherine. That's so unfair. I'll have the treat too.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Seriously?
Yes.
No, you're beautiful tree.
You really want? Okay.
Okay, no, it's fine. You can take it. Someone's gonna eat it eventually anyway.
That's really good with the
Okay,
chocolate
ready?
ganache.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to.
Okay, now it's time for the taste test.
Oh my god!
It's really good.
Wow.
Yum.
The
So
chocolate, the mint, and that crunch with the candy cane.
good. Definitely.
Oh, perfect. One quick thing. A lot of times people are panicked and like, oh, I don't have all these ingredients or I don't have time. We actually do a mix line with Williams-Sonoma. So if you go into a Williams-Sonoma store, you can actually pick up the chocolate layer cake mix. It's so easy. You just need butter, eggs, and milk. It makes this beautiful cake. It's so versatile. You can do different things with it.
And if you want to save this cake, if you're not going to eat the whole thing in one night, put it in the freezer. The best way to save baked goods is to put them in the freezer. Never put them in the refrigerator because that will dry out the cake. But if you put them in the freezer, they'll stay nice and moist and will taste the same as we baked them the first day.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed watching. We had a lot of fun baking with you, and we hope you can try our chocolate peppermint ganache cake for the holidays.
Happy
holidays!
Holidays.
Should I try a treat?
Yeah, trees are really good.
Should I eat the big one or the small one?
Little one.
Should I eat the big one?
No.
Tree now. It's a good tree.
Granny! Can I have some?